is the Pixel Chicken Podcast. We're fucking going. And this is River and fucking who else?
This is Striker.
We've got all three here. Shit, guys, how you been?
I've been good.
Yeah?
Yeah, been pretty cool.
I've been good as well. Yeah.
What have we been up to in this past week? What have we been playing and everything like that?
Phil, hit me with what you've been doing.
Yeah, Phil,
right,
Wait, I have something to say.
Yeah, okay.
Phil, I'm most curious about what you've been doing. So why don't you tell us what you're doing?
Well, I'm finishing up the last couple pages on. Oh no, don't be sorry. I'm just.
No, I was more apologizing to Striker. I just kind of dogged him.
All right, cool. Sorry, Striker. But
no,
anyway.
man, I dogged him. Shut up. Don't apologize.
I know. I was just okay.
Take it back.
I take it back. I
Accept your take it back.
All right.
So I've been working on the last couple of pages of the comic book I'm doing, and once I'm done with that, I'll be ready to start. And
start what?
Start with school.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just like
that.
What's the comic called? What do you have? Do you have a name for this?
The Black Shadow.
Oh yeah, it's the Punisher. What?
That's right, the Punisher.
Yeah, the Punisher that you're working on. What? Who are you doing this for again?
Heroes of the Void.
Wait, is that a guy?
No, it's the name of the website. His name is Ezekiel Rage.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wait, what is his name?
Ezekiel Rage.
Is that his real name, or is that his...
His name is Ezekiel Rage?
Yeah. No, it's his email name or whatever.
Is he a well-balanced character in a side-scrolling beat-em-up?
Or a bruiser. He sounds more like a bruiser to me. I'm gonna be honest.
I think that's the name of a Johnny Quest villain.
No,
Johnny. No, I'm the
Real Adventures of Johnny Quest.
I'm the foremost American expert on Johnny Quest, and I can say with absolute certainty that's not a character in Johnny Quest, either series for that matter.
Okay.
Actually, that's none of that statement was true.
Actually, now that you mention it, kind of sounds familiar.
Ezekiel Rage?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's something we're gonna have to fact check.
Okay, I just looked it up. It's a character from Johnny Quest.
Fuck.
Haha. Yeah.
Don't,
anyway,
this podcast is a wash. I'm quitting. That's it.
Hey, you're on your own, Phil.
Yeah.
All right.
Peace.
I'm back. I rethought it.
I'm back on board. Yeah, I was out for a second. I didn't know about anything there.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Well,
Phil.
that's cool. I'm interested to see what you've worked up on that. Are you writing the story, or is this a story for someone else?
No. He wrote the script himself, and it was really cool because there's a little bit of detail in it, but not so much that I can't come up with ideas on my own. You know, I work on my own paneling. He just gives like a vague description of what he wants each page. And that's kind of working for me. So.
Is it super violent?
It's pretty violent, dude. Yeah.
So tell me the absolute most violent thing that you've drawn on a panel.
There's one guy in a cell in a mental asylum, and he has, I can't give away too much, but he's been mutilated.
Okay.
And there's several murder suspects, and it should be a pretty cool comic once it comes out.
Philip, you didn't fucking say anything about how violent it was. You just told me the setting.
I did say he's been mutilated. I mean,
yeah, I guess. I mean, that's intense. But I want to know. I want to know, like, man, I just want to know some details. I guess.
I want to give out details, but it's not my character, and I don't know if I want to give away too much.
Mm-hmm. You have integrity, Phil, and I respect that about you.
But you can take I haven't worked on the first 2 issues, or the first 3. This is like the 5th or 6th one. The others were done by different artists. But if anyone listening to this, or any of you guys want to check it out, go ahead.
Well, you're just being an asshole, man.
Yeah, don't plug your stuff. No,
yeah, Jesus Christ. Man, this is not for profit.
Doing it for free.
Yeah, I'm talking about this shit. All right. You fucking got me in a corner with that one. All right. Well, what else?
Jeez,
What have you been playing? I guess.
Well, I just got Destiny.
Oh, did
Nice.
you? On what? On PS4?
Yeah, PS4.
Why aren't we friends on PS4? By the way.
Yeah, what the
We
hell?
should be. We should
No,
be.
we're not. We're not.
friends on
I'm-
PS3.
Oh, well,
That-
yeah,
that
we are.
has
You're
nothing-
fucking cut red tape. That's what you are. I forgot about that.
I'm
Yeah,
not
and that
friends
came-
with you
that
on
name
either
came-
console.
Well, friend me. Anyway, that
What?
came
No,
from.
yeah. What the fuck is up with cut red tape? Because
Oh,
I feel
dude,
like there's
dude.
no. Shut up. I feel like there's some Phil reason behind it, and I really want to know.
I spent like 4 fucking hours trying to sign up for it because I couldn't spell anything right,
Yeah.
and I was
Wait,
so
wait,
pissed
what?
off.
Wait a second.
You were having.
If you spell something wrong, if you spell
It was
something
telling me that I was
wrong-
spelling everything
Shut up.
wrong.
if you spell something wrong, you're more likely to be able to use that name because everybody else will be spelling it correctly.
You just happened to stumble across
No,
the
like
exact
my,
perfect.
my zip code or something. I
Wait,
mean, I
why
was
were you
going back
using
and
your
just typed
zip
my-
code?
Oh, no, for signing up for it. It asks for like your
Philip
information
Phil
to sign up.
97402. That's my gamer tag. I understand. So
Yeah.
continue on with your story.
Well, anyway, I was younger and I was like, "Fuck this! This is like a bunch of fucking red tape that I had to go through just to play a fucking video game online." And I wish I could change the name now.
That sounds
Okay,
like
But-
so your name is because you had to enter your zip code.
No, my name is. It's because I had to. It's because I was telling me all the information I was putting in while signing up for it was wrong. When I could have sworn I was putting in the correct numbers, the correct spelling.
Of course, you weren't spelling it correctly, though. Did you end up? So you finally ended up spelling it correctly, and even though they were right and you were wrong, you still made your name cutting red tape.
I don't fucking know. That's why I want to change it.
I'm gonna be
You're-
honest. Like, I've stopped sign up processes because they've told me I've either fucked up my password or fucked up a username so many times. Like when I sign up for a new game and the first thing that they make you do is it happens
Sign
a lot.
into Uplay?
Or it happens a lot with like on Steam, like free to play MMO games or whatever like that. Something I'm just trying to kill time with. And you open it up, and the first thing is create a fucking Try on Worlds account or whatever. And I go to sign up for one, and then it says, "Hey, this email already has an account." I'm like, "No, it fucking doesn't. I've never signed in."
you.
Yeah, but
I hate
that
it's
shit.
incredibly frustrating.
See,
And I understand, but that
that's the
doesn't
nature.
justify a name like Cut Red Tape.
No, it doesn't. That's why it's a fucking stupid name. I've
You
had
should
for
change
years
it
and
to
I wanna change
fucking
it.
Iron Maiden fan.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. They've kind of dropped a couple of slots as far as my favorite band in the world goes over the years. So
Oh.
So you could change it to Linkin Park fan.
Yeah,
since
they're
you're
pretty
probably
much-
one of only like 5.
You very well could be Linkin Park's #1 fan, Phil.
Yeah.
I really am not. They're not. my
Everybody
favorite band
else
of all
moved
time.
on.
Phil,
from
you
Linkin Park.
when we were talking about this thing in the Genesis.
If they
You
started making good music
what?
again, dude.
They did. They started
making worse.
Yeah,
way
they
worse
literally
music.
started making worse music because they started screaming again and using overly distorted guitars. For a second
and
there,
a lot more like electronic shit.
yeah, for a second there was one album where I was like, they've got an inkling here, and then this last album, they just shit.
It grows on you.
It doesn't.
Yeah, it does. It grew on my sister.
I don't give a fuck what grew on your sister.
Yeah,
She was very. She was very
why are we
skeptical
talking?
of it.
Yeah, but why are we talking about what your sister likes? We're talking about what you and how you're.
Yeah,
how-
well, okay. I'm just. First off,
Phil, does your sister
first of all, as far as
dictate what you
overly
like?
distorted guitars go,
Yeah?
I don't mind overly distorted
Yeah.
guitars.
Well, I do.
dig
So
it.
fuck you.
Well, that's fine.
I'm sorry.
Phil, will you say "fuck you" back to River real quick?
Don't say that's fine. It's not fine. I'm being a jerk.
Fuck you.
Yeah,
There
thanks,
you go.
man.
Fuck you.
You
Box
said it.
dumper.
You said it with what?
Wait,
Box
what?
dump.
A box
Box
dumper?
dump.
Dude,
Yeah,
that's the
it's-
second
it's
time I've heard him say that this week.
It's
and I
prison
don't know what it
slang,
is.
dude. It's worth, dude. It's
Oh,
I heard
shit.
about it a couple of weeks ago.
Phil's passionate about prison slang.
Yeah.
No.
We found his
Dude,
fucking...
It's worse than getting fucked in the ass, man. Someone shits in your butthole. That's what box stumping is.
Jesus Christ. I'm going to have to edit this out.
Oh, you are?
I don't know. We'll figure it
Yeah,
out.
will you please? Because talking about shitting in someone else's butthole is
Yeah, it's
No.
really...
No,
it's,
Stecker,
it's
you're
a,
all about it, man.
It's a
not on
really...
the fucking podcast.
It's a really alienating thing. to
Dude, I
people.
heard on another podcast, and I wasn't alienated. I thought it was funny.
What podcast did you hear it on?
What's it called? Let's find out.
You know what? I don't care. Let's move
Yeah,
on.
All right.
We're
Let's
editing
move
that
on.
out.
Yeah, I'm not gonna have that. What have you? So okay, continue on with this week in Philip Colby Jr. or as I like to call you, PH Kolb Jr.
PH Kolb J. I fixed that, didn't I?
Yeah, but whatever,
Yeah,
it's still
But I
classic.
just didn't understand why it was there for so long.
I was lazy. I didn't feel like spelling my whole name.
That's the laziest thing I've ever heard. Anyways,
I know.
Makes sense.
continue.
Well, anyway, my week's good. I mean, I know that
Okay, you
there's
got
something I'm
Destiny.
supposed
You got Destiny.
Yeah,
That's
and
where
I just
you're at
installed
before
it.
I so
have
rudely-
yet to start. I have yet to start playing it.
Okay, you installed
And,
it. Did you get the digital copy?
No, I got the actual copy, and I'm gonna
Okay.
play it. My dad's gonna try to friend me, and I guess next week, me, Felicia, and Dad are gonna play the co-op with each other.
Very cool.
That's cool.
Let me say let's take a sidetrack and talk about Destiny for a second, okay? You know, since we're trying this whole thing different. So you haven't played any of it, right?
I haven't played.
As far as you're concerned, Destiny began to exist one day before we recorded the first episode.
No, dude. I knew about it for like months, but I didn't really see any gameplay footage. I didn't watch a 10-minute video of gameplay footage until like a day before then.
All right, that makes sense. Okay, so what expectations did you have going into it? What expectations did you were you able to form in terms of what you thought, what you wanted, and what you thought this game was going to be?
It is going to be, since you haven't.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, I expect it to be a solid first-person shooter. I'm hearing that.
Fuck what
it's
you
solid.
hear.
I'm not
Fuck
hearing.
what you hear.
Okay.
Yeah.
It
Fuck what you hear.
seems to me to be a solid game. It doesn't seem to be a mind-blowing change of the way we see games, but it should be a decent game to play with people.
Okay,
you know.
ideally, you jump into it. What do you want to experience? What kind of experiences do you want to have with it?
I want an awesome campaign and a good narrative.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
Well, I can tell you in that sense, you might be disappointed.
Yeah.
That being said, I've not finished the campaign yet, so I can't say for sure because it might just take a hard write or something. But so far, they do a lot of the storytelling through basically a Cortana that you have. It's like they're called ghosts in the fiction, and it's like a little AI that hovers around and stays with you. It basically plays the role of Cortana in the Halo series.
And
so
he's voiced by
Peter
what
Dinklage,
is
yeah.
that?
Peter
Yeah,
Dinklage, I don't know his character Tyrion. I don't know. Yeah, okay. And so most of the story is told through his words, and this is just as far as I've gotten. So, you know, if people are listening and saying, "Oh no, that's wrong," I'm sorry, but you know, so a lot of it honestly takes place in the loading screens in between missions when you choose where you're going to go, and then there's like a little paragraph of something story like, hey, there's a warp drive here and we need to get it, and then you just kind of you play the mission, and he talks a little bit more and tells you a little bit of backstory into why you're getting this or what this is going to accomplish. But even that being said, the things that's happening in the narrative so far are super uninteresting. They're like, we need a warp drive so we can cripple, so we can go fight on Venus and everything like that. And who knows? It could get better. I've only played let's say 8 to 10 hours of it. Most of that has been in the campaign. Maybe an hour and a half to 2 have been in matchmaking. But as far as from what I see, the so far the story is nothing really to write home about, which is I don't know. How do we feel about Bungie stories in general?
I thought the the Halo series had a good story for what it was. I mean,
I agree.
It was also unique for the time. I feel like this has a lot of
music too.
Oh, dude, let's talk about the score separate because shit, that might be the best part of the game. But I feel like a lot of this is really reminiscent of Halo, like the what's it called? What's the big sphere called? I completely am drawing a blank right now. In the sky that's hanging above Earth. The speaker or the
giant
something.
Sphere?
Yeah, anyway, this giant sphere, it's basically like I could be completely off course here, but it's like a protector or something, and it's kind of amalgamous of Halo. It's like this ancient kind of harbinger of something. Mm-hmm. Maybe Halo was more ominous than this object was, but then there's they've got the God, I'm blanking on everything right now. They've got, I think that it's called the Fallen. That might be a faction inside of it, but they've got basically the parallel of what the Covenant was, with all the species of aliens, and that's kind of
wow, it's that reminiscent, huh?
Yeah, it's got that same kind of feel, and like I said, it's got this kind of like I don't know. Do you remember what, like 343 Guilty Spark, the little like alien AI in the Halo series? It basically looks like that. It's a floating little like orbish thing, but it acts like Cortana. It stays with you. It speaks in your head. It's kind of like your companion and stuff like that. And a lot of the story is relayed like that. So it shares a lot in common, and I feel like maybe the writing is just not as sharp, and maybe they have just. I mean, I know they do, but bonkers plans to make this game live on in the future, and. So hopefully it'll get better. But right now, the story is not really what's impressing me about the game. Anyways,
on a side note,
yeah,
I just remembered the number one thing I wanted to talk about as far as my week went.
Okay.
And we can get to that.
Yeah, let's keep talking about Destiny because I feel like this is kind of the main thing.
Yeah.
One of the bigger things that we're going to end up talking about. So.
Yeah, I wish I'd mentioned what I wanted to mention earlier on. Sorry about that, guys.
What? It's fine. Don't worry about it. We have time, dude. We're not putting a time limit on this. So, I don't know, Striker. You're kind of. I feel like you might be the coldest on this game of us three.
He's played the alpha, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I played the alpha, and I mean, I've seen and read about it and stuff. Obviously,
so we were talking yesterday about how I'm kind of underwhelmed with it.
Yeah.
Now that being said, I played about 4 to 5 hours last night and took a really hard corner on it, and I'm starting to really, really enjoy it. Kind of my stance on the thing as a whole is, it's I've said this. I don't mean to beat a dead horse, but. The game feels like less than the sum of its parts.
Yeah.
It feels like everything individually is super, super, super well crafted, like lovingly designed and produced. It's a beautiful game. The art design is fantastic. Yeah, talented people clearly slaved on this, and they did a bang up job. There's no one thing that I can point out and say this is poor on this. I think everything is really smart. Just as a cohesive unit, there's something about it that is not quite. It's kind of hollow, maybe.
Yeah.
It feels smaller. It feels smaller than I wanted it to. It feels kind of compacted, and maybe that's a syndrome of me just not having played enough.
I think that part of it's just that. It was touted before release and really early on as this grand, just huge scale experience, and it was supposed to, and that's the way it was supposed to be, and I think it kind of fell victim to its own hype, like a lot of games.
commercials for last year.
I can't wait. I was saying I can't wait until like all these games. What was the last one too that was super hyped that just came out?
Watch Dogs.
Watch Dogs. Yeah, I can't wait till it happens all the time. I can't wait till like Half-Life 3 is out and it's the fucking greatest game ever made, and it still gets crucified for not like ending world hunger or something.
Yeah,
it's gonna be such a massive shit show.
Great games. There are times where really amazing games get shit on by the general public just because they were overly hyped, so people kind of get burned out on them before they come out. But then there's also games that should have been great, and then they come out and really they just don't live up to that. And that's
how was Watch Dogs, Striker?
I didn't think either of us finished it, right?
No, I didn't finish it.
I played like the first chapter. I think there's 5 or so, and it was serviceable. It was fine. It was a fine game. I felt a little uninspired in spots, but I thought, for the most part, it definitely wasn't the groundbreaking. Like I felt like a lot of the hacking was kind of inconsequential, at least for me. It didn't play out the way that the really cool fucking Hollywood way that they made it look. But that was just my experience. I'll go back and I'll finish it, but
yeah. I mean that's kind of how I felt. It was a good game and it was fun. What I played quite a bit through the first. I can't remember. Are there parts or acts?
There's 5 chapters. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Or something like that.
I played through a significant amount. I did not finish it though, but I liked what I played. I thought it was fun, and I think that to go off of what you just said, the game starts out on that mission where you turn off all of the electricity in that whole stadium.
Yeah,
and it sets this tone that's like just again a huge scale, awesome game where you play a part in something huge, and then you play the rest of the game, and it's like you hack it.
It's just voyeurism. The game,
the same thing. Yeah, exactly.
Like most of the it's telling that most of the staying power it had was Reddit posts of people posting like funny shit that they saw from hacking. Looking into people's lives and shit like that. So,
but there were some good things.
There's different merits about it. I think it can be maybe it's the Assassin's Creed kind of plot where the first one is kind of a proof of concept, and then they come out with the second one and it's fucking a banger.
And in the same way, you've really been saying banger a lot.
Yeah, I'm trying to also incorporate a yay into my.
A yay.
I was side note. I was streaming Destiny last night. Actually, I made a Twitch for us, and I was streaming that, and I was kind of using that a lot because I want people to come to us and know what we're like. And we're like Ice Cube.
Using a yay a lot?
Yeah, that was kind of my catchphrase. Every time I got a piece of loot, I was like, a yay.
Phil, let me just this is a side note, and then I want to say one more thing about Watch Dogs and Destiny. That is what Ice Cube says, and River and I are both huge Ice Cube fans, so we're going to need you to work on that.
Can I get one, Phil?
Yeah, just try it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hit me with
yay!
Oh,
that's actually pretty good.
One more.
Yay!
Oh yeah.
The second one was a little more rock and roll than I.
Yeah, I didn't like that one at all. That last one sucked.
The first one though, I was.
Okay. They're getting worse. I think.
Okay.
I think you lose. That was.
Nope. That was the worst
God,
one
you're getting more like Limp Bizkit.
Just listen to Ice Cube do it.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say is that the same thing that you just said about Watch Dogs, I also feel can be, without playing the full game, just going off of what everybody I know that's played it has said. I think that Destiny, you could also say the exact same thing, where it's a game where, and maybe Destiny will be a little different because I'm sure that they will service the game a lot and have DLC and stuff over the course of the lifespan of the game, but it might be one of those games where the first one was like, oh, okay, kind of underwhelming, and then the second one comes out and it's just this masterpiece.
Yeah,
and maybe not. Maybe,
but I can also see that kind of the structure of this game is such that they could just add shit to this thing
exactly,
and not ever release another. Like look what they've. How long has it been since WoW's been out? Like,
well,
not
yeah,
to,
and technically it's an MMO, so
yeah,
that's
I mean,
what
technically,
it should be.
it's I'd call it an MMO light, but like, you know,
Yeah.
they've with WoW, you know, with they've massively overdone the entire that entire game is so different than it was back in 2004 when it released.
I mean,
it's like
new, better graphics, textures.
Yeah, and they've changed the landmass with Cataclysm. I mean, they've done so much, and so this is Destiny has a structure that kind of lends itself to that. So I'm interested to see, especially with Activision publishing it, they're not going to stop, so they're going to run it into the fucking ground, whether
of course.
they like it or not. But
life out of it.
Destiny 2 will probably come out this exact same time next year. So.
yeah, exactly. This all being said, Destiny 2 is almost done.
And it will be developed.
There's a closed beta next week.
Treyarch.
Yeah, that's Infinity Ward's new joint. So
yeah.
Anyways, that's kind of my stance. That being said, I'm having a lot of fun with it. I think like altogether, maybe not the best package, but shit, is that shooting not good?
Yeah.
Like that it's those environments are big. I don't know, like, if you've seen any of it, Phil. You go back to environments a lot, and kind of they rehash environments and have you go into separate areas. And at a glance, these sections can seem kind of small. You're like, this is seriously all they have, because they kind of spawn you in the same area each time. But if you do some searching, those things are way bigger than they appear, because they are multi-layered and they are intricate. They have, I got lost in like an underground facility with like alien murals and shit, and I had no clue where I was, and I kept dying.
It's a really pretty game.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful, and
that underground area is just there for you to discover.
Yeah, that's
cool.
It's part of the thing. Part of the weird thing is too, with that kind of that being said, it's like, it's cool that it's there, but there's absolutely no content there, so that could lend itself easily to kind of MMO style expansions where, hey, there's content written for this section now. Because they have all these little nooks and crannies that you won't see if you just take the critical path to the story. There's not enough loot in the game for me. I'm seriously bummed about that.
I figured that was going to happen, and just from playing in the type of loot and stuff like that, and that's in a game like that, I feel like that's very necessary.
Now
I am playing Mass Effect. Most of the equipment I got from just salvaging it. I never got it from buying it,
Yeah. It feels like, I don't know if I was expecting it to be like Borderlands. I guess I shouldn't have. But it's getting better. Like, I'm starting to, I feel like, get more loot. Still not as much as I want. But one of the cool things I kind of I really appreciated is that it forms. It's very tight. So matchmaking is basically just another component of single player, because the way the single player plays, it's all very multiplayer focused and everything. So when you go into matchmaking, it's just like you select another mission from the single player campaign screen, and you're saying, hey, I'm going to go play matchmaking, and then it plays out just as you're going into, it's got the same loading screen as loading into a mission. And then at the end of a matchmaking game, you get experience and loot for your single player character. So I've played a couple. I played like 5 matchmaking games last night. I actually got the best assault rifle that I've found so far from playing a matchmaking game, which I thought was kind of cool. Like I'm not usually one to play, especially like a lot of multiplayer. I'm kind of a single player focused guy for the most part.
Yeah, me too.
And I feel like this is but I enjoy it a lot, so I always want to play it more. And I feel like that's kind of like a carrot on the string. Like, hey, I could find a better gun or a better chest piece if I just play another match of Control or Team Deathmatch or whatever. So
I like that they there's some continuity between the matchmaking and the regular, grinding and story missions and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
That's cool.
Absolutely. Really cool. And hot damn if that score is not beautiful.
I heard some music because I'm on the menu screen right now on my TV. I actually got it installed just before we started, and I can already tell that the music's going to be absolutely beautiful.
So let me stop you right there.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna have dogs fucking bust into your room again?
No dogs are going to bust into my room.
All right, I just had to.
This week's episode brought to you by Phil's dog teeth removal service.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, they're probably.
She's been acting very, very vulnerable lately.
I don't want to talk about dogs.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't want to talk about dogs.
All right, man.
Yeah, but that score, I don't know what. Like, fuck, dude, I haven't. Why did they? I want to know what happened with Marty O'Donnell. Like, I want to know why.
I want to know the backs. Like,
Yeah.
What happened behind this?
We'll probably never know, but shit, that guy is right up there. He's right up there with like the best of them.
Is he doing the music for Destiny as well?
He did the music for Destiny. So this is a Bungie game. He was a Bungie in-house composer, which most studios don't have an in-house composer. But you think, with how iconic Halo music is and how much he's done, that they wouldn't just fire him. And he did the music for Destiny, and it's right
Why
there.
did they fire him?
I don't know. He
fired him. So is this a freelance?
No, he was literally employed by Bungie as a composer, and he tweeted, I don't know, 3 months ago or 4 months ago, I'm no longer working at Bungie due to, I've been fired without cause, was his quote.
Yeah, that was a pretty ugly break.
Yeah, it was. Which is unfortunate. Yeah, it's super unfortunate. So, but that music, that's all his. Paul McCartney did a theme song, which I have yet to hear, which I hear is kind of weird.
Shit.
Yeah.
A Beatle.
I hear it's just temporary secretary.
Are you serious?
Song.
Oh, shut up. We should fuck our theme song. We should have that as our theme song.
Oh my! Nobody would watch the show.
No, they would thumbs down immediately. Yeah. So, I don't know. That's Destiny. That is Destiny. What have you been actually playing though, Philip? I know this is what you're going to play. What have you been playing?
Last game I played was Rage.
That's what I've been playing. Rage. Okay. Are you enjoying it? Yeah. Are you hating it?
I'm not hating it. I am enjoying it. There is kind of it kills me to say this because I feel almost the same way that you feel.
Philip, don't say anything about Rage. Don't say anything about Rage.
Okay.
Yeah. No, let's just move on because it's a great game in every sense.
Okay.
I'm just blocking the fact that I was so disappointed in the end with it in my mind. No, I'm sorry. Go on. What do you have to say?
Okay, I feel almost the same way. I was thinking about Rage when you were describing Destiny. Mm-hmm. It seems like a lot of talented people put a lot of care into it. I like the universe. I like the concept designs that went into creating each town.
Yeah, it's
still that subway.
That's a very similar topic. Is Rage was beautifully crafted and expertly. The shooting was great. The
driving was fun.
Yeah, the animations. I don't even know if they were animations at that point. I think didn't they have some kind of engine that were on the fly?
Yeah, they had some mixture of animations and then dynamic, physics-based stuff as well, which was pretty awesome.
That made those enemies move in a way that I've never really experienced before. Yeah. But and so it was. I mean, it was expertly crafted, just kind of uninspired in a sense. And the ending sucked, and I want to just go over that again. It sucked.
Yeah, well, I'll be prepared for that when I get to it.
No, you fucking won't, because you won't know it's the end, because you'll just think it's a fight. And then...
Oh, so it's kind of like...
Philip, there's no ending to this game. I'm gonna
finish this fight.
No, you're not finishing a fight. You're killing a single guy. A single... Do you know the first enemy you fight in the in that game? Do you remember it?
I don't remember.
Well, think about it.
It's a bunch. It's kind of like the company, the Empire.
Sure, whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
Sure, that's the same thing you fight at the end of the game.
Okay, so.
And then it's it.
Really?
Yeah. I don't even feel bad about telling you this because there's no ending.
Well, I mean, shit, man.
Yeah,
I'll still play it, but well.
Yeah. Yeah.
That does sound very underwhelming.
Fuck, man. The world's over.
Yeah.
There's nothing
left.
left.
Well, I'm out of here, guys.
Yeah. See ya.
Bye.
How many faux endings are we gonna fit into this episode? That's 2 so far.
Yeah, that's 2.
I'm kind of digging it.
I don't know if there's... Yeah, I am too.
I don't know if there's room for another, to be honest.
I don't either. People have probably already left for the first
Yeah,
two.
they're like, oh, that was a short episode. Okay. All right.
Well,
these guys are getting focused. I like it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we've talked about the music for Destiny.
Yes, we have. Thank you for the
Do we
recap.
want to talk about some of the music from Halo? Because I can recall some good memories.
Yeah, I do
have.
want to talk about it because it's fucking fantastic. What do you have to say?
So, I can recall the
Hey, wait,
music.
Phil, can you sing me your favorite Halo track really quick?
It's like da da da.
Oh,
that is my favorite track.
I remember
It's so
that one.
beautiful.
Yeah,
It's
Pillars of
so
Light. Yeah, that's what that's called.
beautiful. And it's
Yeah.
during, I think, the
It's stirring.
the menu screen of Halo 3 or Halo 2. I'm not sure which one exactly.
So that goes da da da. That one.
Yeah, much slower and a lot more. It's like it's
God
being
damn.
played so tenderly, you know.
Yay yay.
Oh yay yay! And in another
Anyways,
subject,
okay, yeah, go on.
Pretty good one, Phil.
I was going to talk
that was
about
good.
another experience I had
Okay.
with my week that I had forgotten to earlier on, and that is my experience with the PT
Cocaine.
demo.
Oh shit! I need to talk about this too. Okay, go on.
I'm sorry, guys.
Okay, so anyway, I turned my fucking lights off, man.
Striker
I'm
was
like,
the precursor for this. Fuck you! I did too, man.
Why would you guys turn
yeah,
your
no,
lights
no, no.
off?
Just,
Listen,
let me
I had
finish.
the okay. Go on with your experience because I have I have an odyssey that I am about to tell you.
Just okay. So I turned the lights off, man, and I get too afraid to go further on into the game.
Did you
and then
first?
I've been playing my sister
Did you lay down a salt circle so no demons would enter your soul?
No, I didn't. I'm
You
fucked.
should have. Yeah, you're done for, man. You've got Bale inside of you now.
Anyway, I played for 5 minutes, and then I wanted my sister to come in and watch me play it, and she did just that, and I started freaking out, and then my sister's like, fuck it, give me the controller, and throughout our entire time playing it, she was the one working the controller, and I was scrolling the internet for tips and stuff.
So you completely delineated the experience.
So you
no,
didn't
by
play
no
the game.
means,
Yeah,
because
so
my sister
you've
got
completely
attacked.
fucked yourself over.
Look, I still freaked out when Felicia got attacked by the ghost.
That sucked.
jumped. Yeah,
That sucked.
that
Striker, did
part-
you get to that part? How
No,
far
hell no.
exactly did you get?
Let's see. I got to
Do
the
you
part where
remember
you
the
open the
last
door
event
and you see something
there's
scary.
That demon lady, yeah.
Yeah.
The bathroom door. Okay. Yeah.
the crying baby in the hanging
That's
refrigerator.
That's not a okay. That's not a baby. I don't know what that is. It looks like a rooster to me. It sounds
What?
like a baby though. In the sink.
Oh, I'm not talking
A
about
rooster's
the
almost
I'm
scary.
not talking about the weird thing in the sink.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
talking
right.
about it's. I thought that. It
Oh,
came,
in that bloody fridge that hangs, and you hear the baby crying forever, and it makes you want to.
Yeah, that drove me insane.
Yeah, it's really so. One of the things that's most effective about that, I think, is the sound design. And so, little preface: this was last night that I actually finished it because I was with someone. I was in your situation when I first played it on, I think, Tuesday, and he just kept fucking talking like an idiot, and I didn't want to play it under that circumstance. I wanted to experience it, alone. So last night after playing Destiny, it was about 10:40 at night. I turned off all my lights. I sat in the middle of my room. I have 5.1 surround sound, like everyone does nowadays. I don't know why I said that. And I started to play it, and I was walking through it immediately. You're absolutely correct. Whatever we said last week about you being a pussy, Striker is totally it's
negated at
yeah,
this point.
I was immediately uncomfortable playing it just because the sound design is so.
There's no music.
There's no music,
I can't
and
stress how much of a difference that
Exactly.
makes in a game.
Did
And
you get jumped by the ghost at any point in the game?
Are you
Did
talking
I?
about me?
Yeah. Like you get a close up.
Yeah, no, I know,
With-
but check it out. No, so I just like little bumps coming out of like my rear channels. I'm literally like looking over my shoulder, and so I got to the point about maybe the third time through the hall when you're at the door to kind of redo the circle, the loop, right? And it won't open. And then you look back, and the bathroom door just kind of rhythmically like boom, boom, you know?
Yeah.
And that something about the rhythmic like kind of like incessant like kind of it conveyed a sense of like insanity. Which is so disturbing, and the lighting also is something that makes that game, I think, so creepy, is because it's done so well.
Yeah, kudos to Fox Engine.
Is that Fox Engine?
It's supposed to be Fox Engine.
Really?
It is Fox Engine.
Hideo Kojima is associated with it.
I know, yeah. And that's...
yeah, you beat
shit.
it, yeah.
That's awesome. I didn't know that. It looks fantastic. It looks amazing. And a lot of that is due to lighting, because it's so well lit. So... I got to the point where I was literally sitting in my chair sweating.
Well, dude, you always sweat.
Well, dude, no, it was like cold. You know how I have my fucking windows open and shit. Oh. It was like 10:30. Like I was sweating and it was cold in my room, and it was, and then that I got to the point where. There's a point where, you know how in the beginning there's that radio broadcast about the husband that kills his whole family and everything like that? And I got to the point where he was saying, and the murderer, took a shotgun and 5, 2, 6, 4, that kind of stuff, like cutting off and saying numbers. And then I was looking at the stereo of the radio, because I know you have to like focus on stuff to progress the triggers or whatever to move forward. And I was looking at the radio, and he was like saying something, and he said, "The girl had the smarts enough to look behind you." And
I didn't hear that.
You didn't?
No. I think because I hear that different things were supposed to occur.
Oh yeah, no. This is what fucked me up for good, man. I was done.
You looked behind you,
and he was no, because I was scared. I was literally scared. He said, "Look behind you," and then he kept going on, and again he said, like a little more like irritated. He went, "Look behind you," and I didn't. And all of a sudden, that really violent attack from that ghost lady happened, and I literally screamed.
I screamed too, and
it's no joke. And this is something that's never happened to me. I've never been affected by a horror game. In this way, I was legitimately like it was a primal kind of like I had a nightmare. It was
a high pitched scream.
Mm-hmm.
Like
yeah, absolutely.
A girl.
Yeah.
Now, let me.
How fucked up it would be? How fucked up it would be?
What does she do when she attacks you? I gotta know, because I didn't get that.
She just kind of shakes you. She just kind of like shakes your head like you're
like
her girlfriend, and she's scared to catch a case.
And it's like you hear a lot of neck breaking noises and stuff. So
and then you wake up and there's a bloody bag in the corner, and I don't know.
And if you think, let me tell you something. If this is scary, I read an interview about the game online, and I didn't know if it was from Hideo Kojima or from Guillermo del Toro, but it said something along the lines of, when you make a horror game, you don't want it to be too scary because people will be too afraid to play it.
Yeah.
In this case, they literally just decided, you know what, we don't give a shit one way or the other.
Yeah, because at some point, like my 5th or 6th walkthrough through the hallway, I thought to myself, holy shit, I literally don't want to play this. I don't want to continue going on. It took a lot to continue, because I was legitimately like uncomfortable and felt endangered. It was a weird experience and kind of exciting, because it kind of opened up I was like, hey, maybe this is a genre that can actually be compelling to me, because I've never really, I've played, Resident Evil 4 and 5, but those aren't horror games.
I do feel that Resident Evil 4 was a horror game.
It was a tense game. It wasn't horror.
It did make me jump. And
I don't know.
Here's the thing: is you're not as jumpy as me. Like, you guys.
Yeah, that's fucking true.
And here's the thing: I'm a jumpy guy, and I braved my way through Resident Evil 4, and I found it absolutely terrible.
I felt like Resident Evil. It was terrifying because you're getting your head chopped off all the time. Like, it was terrifying because in the same sense that Dead Space was terrifying, because it was just harrowing and hard. This was actually, I was fearful.
Yeah, this is definitely this is definitely a different experience.
Yeah.
I think for all of us, this is like a new thing.
Yeah.
This is going to bring the Resident Evil franchise out of the gutter that I hear it's in.
This has nothing to do with
This
Resident
is
Evil.
not Resident Evil.
Yeah. The Evil Within is Resident Evil, which is going to push it back down into its grave.
Did I just call it Resident Evil?
Yeah,
I
you said
called
this is
it
going to bring... Yeah, Silent Hill. Yeah. Which Silent Hill was always the more creepy, scary version of Resident Evil.
I think that this is more of a, not so much a horror game as it is a terror game.
Yeah.
It's in a class of its own. Yeah,
what's the classic stages of fear? It's like dread, horror, and terror or something, and like dread is beforehand, horror is like during, and terror is after. I might be messing those up, but this is definitely like all three of those.
Yeah.
Because I didn't feel right afterwards, and I had a nightmare, which was pretty cool. So.
Wow, really?
Yeah, no, I straight up did it. It had its effect on me.
What was it like?
I was like trapped in a small room, and all I could say was, yay, yay! It's awful.
That's never.
On another note, though, I've heard some decent things about Resident Evil Revelations, that it kind of goes back to a survival horror route.
Yeah, I have that on my PC, and I've never played it because I think wasn't that a 3DS game?
It was
originally?
a 3DS game, and now it's a PS4 game. And now
the
next one.
Did they up-res it or something, or did they just like, hey, here's a 3DS game, have fun, you fucker?
No. No, I think they fixed it up.
Okay.
Pretty well. From what I've seen on YouTube, it looks pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I have that, so I should maybe play that in 6 years. Is that it? That kind of all I had going for the past week or so?
Yeah, that's all I can think of right now.
Yeah? Well, it sounds like a eventful week. PT, shit.
Yeah.
PT.
Yeah. What about you, Stryker? What have you been up to?
So I got my TV.
Mm-hmm.
For everybody that listened last week, I didn't get a picture of a TV.
Ah, fuck.
Got the real thing.
Let me tell you something.
Got the real thing. Set it up. Works well. It's a really nice picture.
I want to see it. I want to come see it. I want to come see it, and I want to spit on it. I'm going to be honest.
You want to? You could honestly.
It's just a classic test. You just got to spit on it to see how it works under stress.
Test the integrity. Yeah. I get it. I haven't done that.
I've got a mean fucking spit, man. I've got a mean fucking spit.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to try it because I don't have as mean of a spit. But I'll let you do that.
You don't. You never have. Not since 2nd grade when I developed my technique.
That's true.
Yeah.
Other than that, I got Madden.
So okay. Tell me what you think about that. Let's talk about sports games for a while. Philip, shut up for like 6 minutes.
Just kidding, Philip.
No, I mean you can talk. You can talk. You're just not going to have anything to say, unless
you can ask questions.
You can ask questions. Please
ask
whatever.
I will ask questions.
Ask a question right now, having us not said anything.
Okay, so are there any new features this time around?
Yes, Stryker.
Okay, let's talk about those features.
Good job, Phil. Yeah. Now, Phil, just to
Philip,
clarify,
you're a podcaster now.
Yeah, you really are. If you want to chime in at any point and say, yay, then by all means.
Please do. I'm giving you open rein to that phrase now, Philip.
Just don't overdo it.
Yeah, don't overdo it because
really
then it becomes...
yay!
Then it becomes, you're overdoing it, you asshole.
Yay!
Cut it out. Cut it out.
All right. We're revoking your privilege.
Yeah.
Just for now.
I hate you.
So
talk about Madden.
Madden. I'll just say so far I played. I started playing it last night. I went through like the tutorial kind of thing.
Yes.
Where it teaches you how to do all the new stuff and more advanced things, which was actually kind of cool. I like the way they did it.
It's a good tutorial. It took forever.
It is.
It took absolutely forever, which is all. Yeah, I found myself like failing a lot of the drills, like when you actually had to hit a certain.
Well, the funny thing about it is that before, when you choose it, it lets you choose your two teams, like a normal game or something.
Yeah.
So you're still, even though it's a drill and it's supposed to kind of take it easy to show you what you need to do, it basically just unleashes the AI to do whatever they want.
Yes, because I was playing the Seahawks.
Yeah, which is like the best defense.
Yeah,
No,
I mean
it's like it'll tell you to do something like pass to this guy when he's cutting to the right, and he's covered the whole time. And I'm like, well,
exactly.
What do I do?
Yeah.
But anyway, played a few games. I haven't got into like the other modes like the
Dynasty or connected franchise and that kind of shit.
Yeah,
I've never done the fantasy like card game or what.
That's the one I was talking
about.
I haven't done that either.
Yeah.
I guess it would be.
So one of my absolute favorite additions to that game, and I think this is one of the best Maddens I've played in probably since 06, where Harrington was on the cover.
I think that was 05.
That might have been I don't know what it was. It
06 was the one that was on the first 360 one.
Yeah, you're right.
Are you talking about NCAA?
Yes, sorry. I don't know what I'm talking about right now. I'm so lost.
That's all right.
But so I've always felt like I've been kind of crippled on defense. And I've never really, I kind of just picked a play and hope for the best. I was like, okay, sure, this looks cool. There's a lot of circles and lines. That's going to work for me. So what they've done in this is, do you ever use the defensive camera?
I only use the defensive camera.
Has that been in any other Madden?
It's funny you asked that because I just started using it this year, and I can't tell you if it was or not. But
I'm 95% sure that's a new feature.
Yeah, and I really like it.
I love it. It changes up the entire dynamic of playing defense because
if it has been in past Maddens, I feel like an idiot though.
Yeah, exactly.
I never used it.
Yeah, and so a lot of the things they do just make defense feel more like an active like you're actively participating and helping your cause, because they also put in those button prompts to like jump the line and shake your defenders. Like if you're playing a lineman, and the ball's hiked, you press that R2 and get the jump on the lineman. And then you can steer him, and it'll eventually give you a button prompt to kind of like spin around and break free, so you can go for the QB. And that's I fucking love it because it makes it such a more engaging. It's
and
always
when
like
you sack the quarterback. It's one of the.
Oh,
it's
God damn!
It's almost as satisfying as getting a touchdown.
Yeah,
I mean it's awesome.
Absolutely.
And it's. I will say that. Yeah, I like a lot of those things. I like the play calling, how they've made some small changes, and there's like a little thing in the corner that lets you know the likelihood, like how other people have done
exactly.
That play,
yeah,
which is cool.
Yeah, it's super cool.
I like that it has a little description of why it's picking certain plays. If you do like the quick play calls, if you don't call your own formation and everything,
yeah,
it's pretty cool. And I like. The graphics look a lot better, which is a big...
I think one of the main things that they've done is they've overhauled the lighting.
Yes, the lighting is much better.
And that's kind of makes me realize, we've been talking a lot, with PT and everything, and this, just how important lighting can be in just causing contrast and, shadows to pop and everything like that. So
remember the first Prince of Persia for PlayStation 2? That's one of the things that people complimented it on, was the lighting.
I don't remember the lighting in that game. I'm sure it was fine. That game was just a...
I remember it having really great, like, more dynamic lighting.
It was a banger.
It was a banger, yeah.
It was a banger.
But, I mean, it was... Yeah, lighting is a very important and kind of maybe underrated graphical...
Yeah, it's like everyone talks about, hey, the textures are so good or everything like that. And that's cool, but if you don't have lighting, the textures aren't gonna they're not gonna contrast, and they're not gonna make shadows if that kind of stuff. So I don't know. I think Madden looks great. I think it looks really good.
I'm having more success with the running game, which I haven't in past years, but I'm having less success with passing.
All I do is throw picks. I literally.
I threw so many for my first few games, and it's because I'm making stupid decisions, and I understand that.
I'm throwing into triple coverage and all the time. I'm just like, oh, this guy is completely not open, but he's the guy running furthest out straight, so I'm just gonna pass to him.
Yeah, I get tunnel vision, so I look at like one receiver
Exactly.
and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna pass to him.
Yeah.
And then he's not open.
I
but
just look at the hot
still
route
pass.
and be like, okay, that's my guy. Yeah, okay, he's got the red markers. That's who's going to catch it and
Yeah.
run. And then I have a problem with not knowing when to lob and not knowing when to throw a bullet. So
Yep,
I'll usually do
tough.
the exact opposite of what I should do. Just kind of
I'm getting better at that
just
in
kind
my
of
last couple
instinctually.
games.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting better at it, but I still have the issue of kind of like I complete a pass and then change the runner's momentum directly forward instead of keeping with the trajectory of his route and then gently curving downfield. So I constantly find myself making a catch, pressing up on the control stick, and he'll just stop for a second while he adjusts his, because it's all physics based and everything. So he adjusts his, kind of momentum forward, and that's when I get tackled. So I've yet to have a breakaway play that's like 60, 70 yards.
Yeah, it's harder. It's much harder this year.
Yeah.
I've only had like maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah, let's play. Let's play
games.
some games soon.
I'd like to do so.
Yeah, that would be fun to really cause a rift in our friendship, and
We'll get mad at each other.
Oh, we will, like that time in Battlefield.
Oh,
man. I was never mad. So let me explain. Let me tell you a story, Philip. You know how when you're playing a competitive multiplayer or any kind of game online, right?
Yeah.
And there's a doorway, and there's always that one guy who's standing in the doorway who you're both trying to get through, and you want his family to burn.
But he just camped out.
But you're just trying to get past this doorway, and this fucker is standing there in your way. That was me and Stryker, and we didn't know we were on the same team playing Battlefield 4, and we were talking on the mics to each other, and we were trying to get past this door, and we didn't know it was us. And at the same time, it was like, fuck this guy. Like, we both said it.
Who the fuck is this asshole?
Who the fuck is this guy just standing in the door like an idiot?
Yeah.
And it was us.
Little did we know it was both of us.
It was a pretty magical moment. That's the kind of power that video games have. That's why I play video games.
Yeah, to get mad at my best friend.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's cool.
Other than that, I mean, yeah, I've been playing Madden, and
have you been? I know you're a big, maybe you and Philip, both really big, movie, TV guys. Have you been watching anything of note?
Well, Captain America: The Winter Soldier came out this week.
Watched it yesterday.
And I can't wait to watch that again because that was
It's just as good as I remember it.
it was an incredible movie. I loved it so much.
I haven't seen it. I also haven't seen the first one. Probably no surprise. What?
Yeah, but here's the thing. I honestly, I think I know Stryker really liked the first one. I thought it was fine, but I wouldn't worry too much about seeing the first one necessarily.
Yeah, that's what I've kind of heard.
Second.
The second one, and that what you're saying, Phil, and let me just clarify. So it doesn't really have any story continuity with the first one. Mm-hmm. So you could get away with...
with the exception of the fact that there's one character who's kind of reintroduced.
Yeah, that's true.
5
that's
minutes.
True. That is true. And there is some... But you can... They're standalone enough where you can watch. But it is... I still like the first one a lot. So the thing is with all those Avengers movies is they're so... Part of what makes them so awesome and great is how they all tie in with one another and tell an overarching story behind the scenes, sort of about.
And let me tell you something: the Marvel Studios. And
Phil, frankly, I don't want to know.
I'm just been fine. Anyway, they're at.
Phil, I just told you I don't want to know.
Okay, all right.
Back off,
DC's
man.
Got a.
Sorry.
DC has a lot to prove. I know that.
So, sorry. I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off.
Okay.
No, go on, please.
Okay. I'm only saying that, Man of Steel didn't do too well. It wasn't received too well. And, the other side of the spectrum that is DC, they're going to have a lot to prove with the upcoming Batman versus Superman movie.
Was it really not received well? The one with Cavill?
No.
Really? Okay.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah,
it was all right. It just was. There are some things that were not so great.
See, I have this. I don't know, and maybe it's completely undeserved, but I don't know why. But I have this. I'm in no means like a detractor of movies. I enjoy them. I have a hard time, and I don't know why, but committing to.
I have a hard time committing with TV shows.
Yeah, I do too.
I watch.
Probably because I just want to play games all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I just have a hard time like saying, yeah, okay, I'm going to take 2.5 hours and watch this. I know that's just stupid. I shouldn't have that because I know there's great stuff there. And
there's much shorter movies than 2.5 hours.
Oh, I know. I know.
I watched a shorter movie on Netflix called Centurion, and first of all, it's super cool. It's a war movie between the Romans and kind of the Vikings, and it's pretty cool.
Wait,
the guy
what
from
the fuck? When did they clash?
It's not very long. And the guy who plays Magneto in First Class is in it. And,
is that Fassbender?
Yeah, Michael Fassbender.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's really cool in it. But yeah,
I've never even heard of that.
It was never. It's a European. It's an English movie. It's a UK movie. But yeah, I'm really big into like Doctor Who, dude. And I've missed like the second and third episode like 2 weeks in a row. And it's not because I don't like the show. It's just I'm very forgetful, and it's hard for me to, especially when I'm playing paintball all day on that very same day. I forget to DVR it. You know.
You have a weird life, Philip.
Yeah.
When a thing is, especially when I'm playing paintball all day, that's just not something that like.
I got back into it.
I want your life, man.
And yeah.
The last time I paintballed was in 6th grade.
Good job.
I got shot up on the block.
Same here.
Yeah, my sister shot me in the dick.
That's rude.
Yeah. No, it was on accident.
But I got her in the dick.
No, I shot her in the foot, though. I got her back.
That's not as painful. Wait, you got her back? Like, yeah, I'm going to...
No, I got her back like a couple of games later.
You should shoot her in the foot while she's sleeping.
Yes.
That'll get her back. Sneak into her room at night and just...
The bottom of her foot.
Yeah,
If she was like 11 years old, that would be like... It would be totally arguable that she would deserve it, but not now. Not now.
See, I don't know your sister now. Man. I know your sister as the 11-year-old that was always better than me at extreme sports.
And yeah, she's not a skateboarder anymore.
That's
a drummer.
That's too bad.
She is super good at paintball.
Yeah, is she Greg Hastings? Is that this paintballer?
I have no idea. I'm not.
Come on,
I'm still
Phil. You're supposed to be our resident paintball guy.
Well, here's the thing. I'm still a total noob with it. I know a lot about my own gun, but I don't know.
What kind of hopper do you use?
It's just a hopper.
Sick,
it's just
bro. Sick.
No, it's a Tippmann A5, and what's great about Tippmann A5s is that they're perfectly customizable. I was actually running around with the stock for a while. You know how the stock for a gun.
Yeah, I fucking hate that, bro.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. It was cool. But it made it a pain to aim because you have to wear a mask, right?
Yeah.
It kind of blocks you off from aligning your gun.
You need to get that red dot scope.
Yeah, you gotta get that. You gotta get 5 headshots to get the red dot scope.
I'm getting some cool stuff for my birthday.
Get a red dot scope, dude.
Yeah, get one of those.
That might be it.
Get a tactical flashlight, and then you can hang out with my brother.
Sweet. But does your brother play paintball?
No, he plays airsoft.
He
plays.
Sweet.
He plays airsoft, and he's actually really, really into it. It's weird. I don't know, but whatever. Anyways, back to your number one paintballing podcast. What were we even talking about?
Well, I was going to bring up a video that I had seen recently called Teens React. And remember, I brought this up.
Well, hold on. I feel like you're jumping ahead, man.
Oh, well, I wanted to get back on subject. You know, I was talking about paintball for a while.
I think we were talking about superhero movies, man. I want to talk about movies some more.
Let's talk about some movies.
Let me say something about movies. Phil, I'm going to give you a list, and I'm pretty sure you've seen all these movies. River, help me with the list. I don't remember what it was.
Okay.
It was, let's see.
Unforgiven.
Unforgiven.
I have seen Unforgiven.
The Sting.
I have not seen
Blade Runner.
Blade
Blade
Runner.
Runner.
Unbeatable Bonzuke.
Never seen it.
I don't think that was on there.
Yeah, no, that was not on there at all. That's
No. Shoot, what was the other one?
there was 5. Anyways.
Oh, Road to Perdition.
Yes, that one. That was one of them.
I saw that at your house, Striker.
Yeah, that's right. You and I watched it. And then the 5th one was
Godzilla vs.
Hard-Boiled.
Mothra.
Was it Hard Boiled?
It was Hard Boiled.
Yeah, we saw Hard Boiled.
Yeah, Phil, you and I watched.
You
that
said
too.
that. You said that really like sad, Phil.
I didn't say it. No, I said.
I think you were sad
no.
because you want to see it again.
Okay, all right.
No, dude, I rented it.
Let me say this about Hard Boiled. I've played Stranglehold, and I feel like that at least gives me something.
I don't know, man. I don't think so.
No? Okay.
You didn't like Stranglehold?
Stranglehold was
I
fine.
loved Stranglehold
was
so
fine.
much.
Didn't you collect like origami flowers or something in that game?
Yes.
That has nothing to do with anything.
I gave River that list of movies, Phil,
Mm-hmm.
and he hasn't
did.
he hasn't watched any of them.
I watched half of Blade Runner. I've told you
That
this
doesn't
before.
count, man.
I want.
It was like a
You're
year
right.
ago.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Anyway,
Phil,
about the
what do you
origamis.
think about that, man?
Yeah, Phil, what do you think about that?
What do you think about me not watching any movies?
I know that it's not your thing, man, but here's the thing: it's like games are really time consuming, you know, and that's
they
your
are.
love.
Yeah, but I also
Yeah.
love to sleep, and I do that probably more than I game, which is a problem.
I do have. Do you have trouble sleeping in at all?
No, dude, we're just getting into my life here, man. Phil, help me.
Start. I don't know. I mean,
Phil, help me, man.
I
don't know
have
what to
trouble
do.
getting up early.
Yeah,
I get
it's
up
so
at,
hard to get up in the morning, man.
It's, what?
It's just hard to wake up.
It is. It's really hard to wake up in the morning. Dude.
I don't know what I'm doing.
It's just, you're not an early
This
bird.
is getting really weird.
This is yeah.
I'm sorry. No, dude, I wake up at like 4 in the morning I have to go to work at 5, so.
Okay. Well, you have a busy life, and you know.
Yeah, man,
you
I'm fucking hella busy.
Phil, quit
quit
enabling
supporting
him. It takes upwards of 15 hours to beat a game, and it takes an hour and a half to 2 hours
It's true.
to watch a movie. Maybe 2 hours
true.
and 15, 20 minutes.
That's true. Anyways, what I was saying, you're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. I have no excuse except for that I just haven't. So, I swear to God, I'll watch him. I will watch him. And I know you don't believe me at some point, but
We'll just go over to your house and make you watch these movies. Watch them with you.
You're not invited, man. I'll call the
man.
cops.
Phil, I want to see you get arrested.
I do
really
too.
want to see
You,
that
I
happen.
also, I want to see you intoxicated, and I've thought several times about putting vodka in your water, but I realize that's
He wouldn't immediately know something was wrong.
one.
Right?
It's also one step like away from like date rape.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to rape him.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying I would rape it. Yeah, I'm not saying I
you
would,
Just,
but I'm,
film it and
you know,
put it
I
on
might. I
YouTube
don't
for
know.
my
Who
sister
knows?
to see and show to my grandma and
Who
everyone
knows?
else that I know.
Who knows? Who knows? I might.
Oh.
I might. I could rape him. I don't know. Whatever.
You could rape me, yeah.
Okay, let's stop talking about that. Anyways, okay, I have back on the kind of the topic of Captain America.
Mhm.
I have probably an undeserved stigma about superhero movies. I don't know why, but I always think they're going to be bad.
That's because throughout history,
Because they were.
Yeah, okay.
They were.
If they were, yeah, okay, that makes sense. But I understand they're getting better or they're good now. Is that strictly
amazing
DC
now.
side?
they are amazing now. It's because you have writers who are passionate about
Well,
it.
I've never like so the last I saw Guardians of the Galaxy and I saw Wolverine. What was that one? X-Men, the last X-Men movie.
And how did you think of those?
So, what was
Days
that?
of Future Past?
Yeah, Days of
You
Future
saw
Past. I did see
Okay.
that. Mm-hmm. I saw it at the work viewing. So,
Oh, that's right.
I go into those movies not expecting them to be good necessarily, even though people tell me they are, and I really don't want to sound like pretentious, and I know this kind of does, and I want to preface it by saying I don't want it to, and like people say it's good, and at some point I just think, are they saying it's good because they're a fan of the fiction or because it's an actual good movie?
It's an actual good movie. Here's the thing: have you seen any of the Marvel movies as of the last, since like Iron Man came out?
I've seen Iron Man 1 and 2.
Okay, so you know that they're good because you've seen. I mean, Iron Man 2 wasn't that.
I greatly enjoyed Iron Man 1.
Yeah. They're just really good movies. They have good writers, they have good directors, good actors, and a good budget, and they're amazing movies, and they all fit in well with each other. Have you seen Avengers?
No, I have not.
Oh man!
And consider this real quick: the most critical people are often the fans.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah,
that is true. Okay, that's a great point, Philip.
That's true, and that's a good point too, because even if the fans are even impressed by these movies, then you know that. And I will say that comic book fans, just like if they made video game movies, are probably going to be the most critical and expect the most out of the movies. So if they're happy with it, then it's going to be great, because they're, like you said, they're going to be the most critical about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't even know. Yeah, I mean, you said you were excited to watch Winter Soldier. That's kind of why I brought it up. But have you anything else that has been noteworthy of the past week? Anything?
Well, I've been wanting to see.
Hold on, Philip. You're just trying to hijack this shit, man.
I'm just trying to answer
you're really,
the question.
You're really hijacking
Wait,
things.
what did you say? You said you had a real question. What was that?
I was trying to answer your question.
Okay, answer it, please.
Yeah. Anyway,
the GTA trailer was released.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm upset that the PC version is not coming until January.
Is that true? That's
January.
Really?
January 27th. It's releasing on PS4 and Xbox in November 18th. PC January 27th. But they're making additional upgrades to the PC version.
Okay, well that's cool.
Yeah, and
I
mean,
I can understand that. I won't be too mad if there's significant changes.
They said there's going to be new weapons, cars, activities. There's going to be more wildlife and much higher traffic density, which is cool because it's fucking LA.
I just want to know how high the frame rate can get on
a zillion.
I don't know.
Not.
We'd probably
I want to see
it was
an
that high.
expansion
I would
pack
too.
with Nico.
I don't like Nico.
Yeah, I don't. I think that we had all we need to have him.
Yeah.
For.
Why do you want Nico so bad though, Philip? I'm curious.
I don't want it super bad. I just would like to see it.
I want to see an expansion pack with fucking CJ. That's what I want.
That would be cool. I'd rather have that.
Yeah.
CJ?
Yeah.
Tommy
from the one you never played. Because you're never
San
mind.
Andreas?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I'd like to see Tommy Vercetti again, more so just because of my memories of it. But
yeah.
Tommy Vercetti, wouldn't he be like 60 years old?
Tommy Vercetti would be 60, but they could write him into a fucking badass role, man.
They can say
like a
that
60-year-old grizzled criminal.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Now I really want that.
Yeah.
Somebody did make the point that like he would possibly be dead
That
by
shit,
now.
Ray Liotta needs work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I've seen him around.
Actually, what was he in? He was in Sin City too.
Oh, he was. Did you see Sin City 2?
Yeah, I did.
How was it?
It was good. It was. I didn't like it as much as the first one. It was. I mean, I still love. It was super stylized, just like the first one. Obviously, I love that kind of shit. It was really, it felt like it kind of felt. It felt a little more. It felt a little lifeless compared to the first one, and I don't know. Maybe that's a product of. Maybe I just felt like it came out of left field, man. Like it was just kind of there. I didn't even know they were making one, and then it was out.
It's actually been in production for like 8 years.
Well,
and
yeah.
I've heard on and on. Wizard magazine when they were still being published. This is like Long Gone magazine. I've been hearing rumors about the sequel since that was still around.
Yeah,
continue.
It was enjoyable. It was definitely. I don't think the story was as strong. It was kind of fragmented in a weird way. And I don't remember if the first one was similar to that. I feel like it might have been. But the way the story,
was it chapter after chapter?
No, it was kind of it told. It told kind of three overlap. It had Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character, right? Who is the, I forget the name. What's the governor in whose son is the yellow bad guy in the first one?
Yeah, okay.
So it's got his character, and he's got a vendetta with the governor, and then it's got Jessica Alba, who I don't remember being in the first one. I guess she was integral though.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was in the first one.
Well, she was Bruce Willis's and then there's I don't know. There's just a bunch of stories that don't quite feel like they fit together. But it was good. It was still super. Like, I loved the cinematography in it. You know, the use of it was a another tour de force in that essence. You know, the use of color is always really striking and purposeful. They use it to
move the story forward.
And they move it to exclamate certain aspects of a scene and everything like that. And they even use it to sometimes subvert your attention, from something to draw your attention to something that's less important that might. So it's a very interesting piece of film in the cinematography sense, at least in my opinion. So I'd recommend seeing it. Yeah.
And the Dame to Kill For story arc. It's supposed to take place before any of the stories from the first Sin City. Is that the case?
No. Is this?
Oh, really?
So is Sin City some sort of existing?
It's kind of
universe?
its own mythology. It's its own universe.
Did this originate with the first Sin City movie? Let me ask you that.
I know.
Do you mean the whole story altogether of Sin City?
As far as with the huge Jod character, and
they started out as graphic novels written by Frank Miller, and there was a series of different stories that were all in the same city, and they kind of sort of interconnected, kind of like a Tarantino movie, with each other.
Captured my imagination.
Well, then this stays true to that formula. Then I guess maybe it just wasn't as strongly tied as it should have been, in my opinion. But no, the Dame to Kill For happened kind of, at least the way that it was presented, happened kind of in conjunction with the rest.
That's interesting because
Marv's supposed to be Marv
dies at the end of the first one.
Yeah.
Really?
He dies at the end of the first chapter. He has the first story. Yeah.
At the end of the first Sin City?
The end of the first part of the last movie, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember Marv dying at all.
He gets executed.
Marv, the huge jawed fucker, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Mickey Rourke.
Yeah, Mickey Rourke. And he dies in the first movie?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I mean...
It's supposed to take... A Dame to Kill For is supposed to take place, before the first movie.
Well, that doesn't make sense to me because Bruce Willis's character is dead in this, which happens in the first movie, but Marv is sitting as kind of a guardian over Jessica Alba's character and protects her throughout the second movie.
That's weird. I don't know. I haven't really returned to see one of the stories in the new Sin City movie is a brand new story written by Frank Miller. But I haven't gone back to the graphic novels lately either. But I guess I'll just have to see
I don't know. Yeah, maybe I'm totally off course and I just didn't understand it. That's possible. Who knows? I don't know. So, anyways, any other noteworthy things in your week, Striker?
No, that was about it.
All right,
those are the big ones.
Well, I finished Diablo 3 on normal, and I started on master, and it's immediately the hardest thing I've ever done.
So about finishing it, do you feel a little bit better about it than Rage.
Did I feel bad about Diablo?
Yeah, better.
Well, I feel like Diablo doesn't really end. So I didn't pay jack shit to the story.
Yeah.
Like I played that game with the sound off. I was watching like Netflix on the second monitor. So I feel great about the gameplay. That game is fun to play. Like that game is great to have something else going and just click away and get loot and watch numbers go up. That's fun. So I don't know. It's like that's worlds apart for me from Rage. Rage was a pretty big disappointment in terms of story and that kind of shit. So, but I bumped it up 2 difficulty levels because it was just too easy on hard, and it's no fucking joke. So, I've also what?
I was going to say it's Diablo. It's notorious.
Oh wait, hold on. What is it?
It's Diablo.
Hold the fucking phone! Oh my
I'll call
god!
it what I want. It's
Dude,
Diablo.
no,
It's notorious.
Hold up. Last week,
How?
you said the same goddamn thing last week. You said Diablo.
Well, don't freak out over it.
I'm not freaking out.
I'm freaking out about it.
Yeah, okay, I'm kind of freaking out. I love it though. I love that you say that. You know what? Fuck it. Say it. Say it how you want to say
Striker,
it.
I can't hear you that well.
I can hear
What?
you great.
What? I wasn't even talking.
Yeah.
No, River.
Sorry, you can't hear me that well?
Yeah. Well, you said I could hear you loud and clear, and then you kind of faded. Are you further away?
I'll fix that in post.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay. More notably, I played.
Now I hear you.
I played Metal Gear Solid 4 on PlayStation Now. Are you guys aware? Yeah, I mean, you guys are aware what PlayStation Now is, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. PlayStation. I was thinking of PlayStation Plus. Please
No.
tell me what.
PlayStation Now. So it's a streaming service. So basically, the way I understand it is, well, the way that it works in practice is that you go on the PlayStation Store and you find the game you want. In this case, I wanted to play Metal Gear Solid, so I figured this would be a good chance to test how this thing works. Mm-hmm. So I go in there and they have different you can't buy it, which is kind of upsetting. I would like to buy the game and have it to play forever. It's a rental phase.
Like that.
I don't either. It's a rental phase. And they've said, like Kaz Hirai has talked about, kind of remodeling the pricing structure and trying other things because there's a lot of feedback about how prices are too high, which they are. But I wanted to try it anyway. So I paid like $7 for a week. And so you pay the money, and then you're playing the game within 5 seconds. And so the way that it works, if I understand the architecture correctly, is that somewhere at Sony headquarters, wherever that is, or wherever they have the server farm, they're running PlayStation 3s as virtualized machines. And you are literally streaming video to your PS4, outputting it to your TV. So you're not emulating a PS3 on your PS4 hardware. You're actually running a PS3 because when you push the guide button, there is a cross-media bar from the PlayStation 3. It's like...
So doesn't that cause, I feel like that's what I don't understand about it, is I feel like that would cause, severe input lag and other issues like that.
Yeah, I don't have any idea how they do it, but it works. It's shocking.
So there's no input lag.
I can't. Maybe you might notice it more on a fighter or something like that. Mm. But playing Metal Gear Solid 4, I can't tell. And the early issues of kind of it not having the same image quality have really went away. I don't know why. Maybe it's just I chose to play times that there was less of a server load, and so I was getting full frames, no hiccups, solid picture quality. There was no discernible controller lag that I felt, and I was just playing the game. And it was amazing. I was, within seconds, I was playing this game without downloading it or installing it. And it was a really, kind of a profound proof of concept for me.
That's pretty cool.
Because if they make it,
I want to see it work.
Yeah,
I'd like to get rid of my PS3.
It works. I mean, it works. It worked for me. I've been playing Metal Gear Solid 4, and I've been having a great time with it. And I've had no problems, fighting bosses or sneaking up on people due to any kind of lag.
Other than the fact that it's just hard because it's Metal Gear Solid 4.
Other than the fact that I suck at that game.
I will say this, as I feel like I got pretty good at that game on my second playthrough, and I mentioned to you how I got through with the first act without any alert phases, but I could never, for the life of me, hold guys up in that game. I had such a hard
tough.
time doing that.
It's tough. I mean, you have to. There's so many factors. There's so many weird, like, Hideo Kojima factors that he puts into it. Like, if you're wearing the snake eye, they'll hear you sneaking up. All that kind of weird. These kind of weird things that.
If
now
it's
you want to talk about
6 o'clock at night, they'll.
they'll be super alert because they're
hungry.
Yeah, right.
I remember being like, all right, I'm sneaking through this whole act and I'm kicking so much ass, and I forget to save. It's been a while since I saved. And then I get spotted, and I'm just like, fuck! And I go back and I reload it for like the 50th time to try it again. But those are good times.
War has changed, which is the first line in the game.
War has changed.
Oh, that was pretty good.
Yeah,
I practiced
Can
my day
you do a yay yay in Snake's voice?
A yay yay.
Jesus Christ, man! What the hell?
That was really good.
That was shocking. That was impressive. I'm giving you an award for that. I don't know what it is yet, but yeah. So I was like, I don't know if you remember, like I touted the fact that I beat like 2 and 3 on like Extreme and European Extreme and all that shit.
No shit.
Yeah, I went through those games on the absolute, and it was brutal. It was not fun, but I was younger and wanted to. I thought that was cool, so I did it. And now,
cool.
after 3-4 years, probably not playing a Metal Gear Solid game really, or at least 4, because 4 is different than any other Metal Gear Solid game. I'm just getting spotted like nobody's business. Like
I wonder what 5's going to be like, because it's a completely different.
It's going to be like Ground Zeroes.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's going to be like Ground Zeroes.
Which I wasn't really that great at either, actually.
Yeah, it's like I said,
Ground
Zeroes.
I got caught a lot of times. I got caught a lot in my first run through of Ground Zeroes. I mean, Phantom Pain is gonna be Ground Zeroes, just bigger and more fleshed out.
Yeah,
there's gonna be a lot. Yeah.
It was a hard game because it was so open, so you're not used to having to like look everywhere.
That's the thing, yeah, and that's kind of the same thing that's going on in 4.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not used to looking all around me with full camera control in a Metal Gear Solid game, so I'm running forward thinking there's nothing ahead of me, I can go, and then someone from behind me sees me, and it's so. I don't know. I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's a great game. It's fucking weird.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. It's so weird. Like those live action intros, like the cooking show.
I still don't understand those.
It kind of makes me
I think they're just
like
tone setters.
During RoboCop.
I think they're just like tone setters. Like, hey, this is the state of the world. Like,
yeah.
That's
what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Anyways, I've kind of had besides I kind of talked about Destiny. That was the main thing for me this week. Diablo and Metal Gear Solid 4 is kind of all I've been playing. I've been playing Madden here and there too, but Destiny's the main thing. I'm really excited for the. It just came out today, the Halo Fable anniversary. Mm-hmm. The first one. I don't know. Were you guys?
I played through the first one.
Okay, and
I didn't beat it, but I played it.
For some reason maybe I'm just nostalgic about that game, but I'm pretty excited to dig into that. I picked it up today, so we'll see how that. Hopefully they just made it look pretty, and it'll be Fable. So I'll dig into that, and I'm sure I'll be talking about it more. So I guess with that being said, we're right about an hour and a half here. Why don't we go into the Phil 15?
All right. Let me get the timer ready, Phil.
Yep. Phil, I hope you're ready.
Yeah, I got to be honest. I'm pretty excited about the Phil 15.
Phil 15 was arguably the strongest segment of our first episode.
That's pretty surprising. Thank you.
We toyed around with having a Phil hour and a half.
Yeah,
but
I can't do that, man.
Phil, you can do whatever you want. Shh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Phil, could you do your first 10 seconds of the Phil 15 as Snake?
Yeah.
Could you do that for me? Yeah. Okay.
All right, the Phil 15
countdown. Yep.
Is starting in 3, 2, 1.
Blackville Drive. Oh, sorry, that's Revolver Ocelot.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Anyway, Black Veil brides falling into reverse and escape the fate are like the, I don't know, little dick younger siblings of Avenged Sevenfold. Seriously, why don't you just listen to Avenged Sevenfold? I know their recent album may have been a little bit, controversial, but it warms up to you after a while. If you just give it a chance.
Say, stop.
Requiem Planets.
Okay, Phil, 10 seconds is
cut
way...
the fuck
I love
out.
this, though.
This is... Your snake is not just the tone, but the inflection and your cadence to your speech.
It takes more than a whisper.
God, that's
Phil, good.
Your snake is amazing.
Yeah, that is the best snake I've heard from a lot of people.
Yeah, I haven't heard a better snake impression.
That being said, all this bullshit that you said as Snake, I disagree with.
Oh, really?
You can stop doing Snake now.
Yeah.
Okay, please explain.
I don't know. So there was a point in my life where I was super into Avenged Sevenfold.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're great. They're good musicians, and I can appreciate that. As far as the, you know what? Never mind. I agree with you, because when I'm looking at what your statement was,
I'm not like those three bands. Felicia loves them.
No, they suck. Yeah. They're awful. Their names are Black Veil Brides. I mean,
edit out everything. I'm mentioning my sister too much. Like, edit that out.
No, I'm gonna take sound bites of you talking about her and just put them randomly. Though. Yeah, it's really weird. I'm just kidding. But I don't know. Like, what do you want to? Did you just want to say that?
I wanted to say that. I want to start with saying that.
Yeah. Okay. Go on. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I was only saying that I don't like those three bands, and then I also wanted to say something about Avenged Sevenfold's most recent album, and it has warmed up to me. And
I've listened to it
from someone that didn't like it at first.
I've listened to it twice. Why didn't you like it at first?
It was a change. It was a change of pace. It was a lot more. Was it
reminiscent of Metallica's Black Album in that sense?
Yeah, and it was a little bit reminiscent of.
I'm saying in the
Guns
sense.
N' Roses.
I'm saying in the sense that it's kind of like Metallica's Black Album. Like it's kind of their stripped down, more radio friendly, less thrashy, less that kind of stuff.
But still heavy, Yes,
what did you say
I do view it as that. You're correct, River.
Yeah, what did you say about Guns N' Roses?
There's one song on there that's a bit reminiscent of a Guns N' Roses song.
So great.
And it's fine. Doing Time, their third track. And let me tell you something about them being more similar to the Metallica The Black Album.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying this is a bad thing, but the fourth track, This Means War, that's basically sad but true.
Okay.
That is basically sad but true.
I wish that I had listened to this. I wish you had prepped me for this and I could have listened to it in preparation to have a rebuttal, because I don't remember a single track off that album. Maybe that's a testament to what I felt about the album.
Uh-huh.
But
my dad hated it. You remember my dad hated it.
Oh, yeah, I
He
mean...
listened to it since.
They did a song for Call of Duty. I mean, that was
that song's... Yeah, but here's the thing. That song's not on this album. That's one of their more fast-paced songs. And when I first heard it, I didn't care about the fact that it was... I didn't even know it was on Call of Duty. I thought it was a new track, and I was like, all right, awesome. I like it. I think it's a cool song. I don't like Call of Duty, but...
Whoa. You don't like Call of Duty?
I'm not a big Call of Duty fan.
What's wrong with you, bro?
I already said so last week.
Yeah, you're right. You did. I'm sorry.
Well, anyway, the fifth track, Requiem, it has to be one of my favorite Avenged Sevenfold songs of all time. It's just the pacing of it, the riff, the way it's sung. It's just a badass song.
Yeah, they always had, when I was into them, they always had a certain quality that made me feel kind of like a badass. Like I was into them in the kind of like the days before and up to City of Evil.
Uh-huh.
And listening to them, like, always kind of made me feel like, I don't know, like I was a badass, like I was about to smite my enemies, because they're that fantasy power rock, you know, like the run to the hills and slay fucking Odin. That kind of shit.
I saw them in Eugene a couple of years back, and they were during their Nightmare tour, and they were mind blowing.
Yeah,
they sounded so good.
Yeah, they're good musicians. They're good. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, you can give them that credit. They are good musicians.
Yes.
But on another note, even though this was a couple months ago, I never took the time to mention my experience seeing Dream Theater for the third time in Salem.
I was there, Philip.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I was at that show with you.
We all talked about it, and
yeah.
you guys both said you were going to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
you never said hi to me. I waved at you, and you just kind of you just kind of walked away like a pretentious asshole.
Are you serious? Because I didn't even see you.
Yeah, you were drinking a fucking beer and being a dick.
You were drinking a 40.
Yeah, you were playing Edward 40 Hands with your grandma.
You're driving to the venue.
Your grandma had 40s taped to her hands.
Walking down the sidewalk with some clam chowder.
You told me that. You told me.
Oh, well.
You told me all of this shit, man.
Okay.
No, I mean, yeah. So, what was your experience like? What did you think?
Oh, I loved it. I think during On the Backs of Angels, I think James Labrie forgot some lyrics.
I think he did too.
Yeah, but that was well performed. I thought it was overall really great.
Yeah, it was a good show. It was impressive, their musicianship. It's fun to see that level of talent on display, even if I'm not the... I was taking my little brother, for a Christmas gift.
Uh-huh.
And,
Is he a big fan of the band?
He's a huge fan. And I'm not, as big into that music as I am. But it's always fun to see that level of talent on display, and I appreciated it for that aspect.
One last thing for me to say about it. I never thought I would get to hear the first 3 or 4 tracks from scenes. From
that was the coolest fucking thing that happened all night. When they came back out and played and started that, that was awesome, because that's an album that I can still appreciate, because that's a great album all around. So that was
Pete meet with them was also awkward, but
it was a fun show. Were they getting blown?
They weren't getting blown, but it was like we were in line, and I was afraid to look at them. And when I stood in the middle of them, I was too close to the camera, and I had to back up a bit. And James Labrie was like, back. And that was...
He was telling you to back out of the camera?
No, back up towards them, because I was too far away from them.
Oh.
And but then we went through the signings. Did he offer you
any cocaine?
No, nobody offered any cocaine. We went through the signings.
Would you have done it?
No, I wouldn't have.
Why not?
And Jordan.
It's a once in a while. Yeah, if they offer you cocaine, you fucking do it, man.
Because I'm Jesse Pinkman, but I'm that guy. I'm that cool. But anyway, I think
that one was lost on me. I know who Jesse Pinkman is, but
he snorts cocaine. Anyway,
that's his one quality.
Does he do that in the show?
I don't remember him
snorting a cocaine in that show. He's a druggie. Anyway, I thanked John Petrucci for coming out to Eugene, and he was very polite, and he said, well, thank you very much. Mm-hmm. My dad was unhappy about the fact that they weren't going to play Bigger Picture or Surrender to Reason. He actually said to John Petrucci, damn, I'm going to miss Bigger Picture and Surrender to Reason. And then John Petrucci went, oh, sorry.
Those are two weird pulls. Those are two really weird songs to pull out of the bag of...
Yeah, he really loves those, though.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's cool. That's cool and all, so... Well, that's cool. What else do you have for us, Philip?
Well, I can't emphasize enough, anyone who hears this who's into comic books, you have to start picking up RoboCop. I said that they were being published by Dynamite last week. In fact, that was the previous RoboCop title. This one's being published by Boom. It's done by Joshua Williamson and Carlos Magno. So the writer is Joshua Williamson. The artist is Carlos Magno. Colorist Marissa Luis. Letter is Ed Dukeshire. And I just can't emphasize enough that it's a great team. They're doing a great job on the book, and every time it ends, it leaves me wanting more. And I gotta say, The book I'm reading, Jack of Spies, it's very fast-paced, but also very enjoyable. It's a pre-World War I novel. You have Jack McConnell, who is working for the British Secret Service, and this book has a lot of emphasis on pre-World War I intrigue, early 20th century feminism and progressivism, and you have this spy who's trying to prevent a violent revolution.
Oh, wait,
Huh?
Is this still a
I
comic?
moved on from...
Okay,
no,
I was like,
I-
wait,
no.
what the fuck is going on? Okay, yeah, I'm with you.
Right.
I'm with you.
I
No,
was-
don't worry about it.
Okay, cool. Anyway, so you have pre-World War One. Britain still has colonies. India is a colony. Ireland is a colony, and this is before Gandhi succeeded in independence from the English Empire.
Okay.
That is India achieving independence.
Yeah, through a game of cricket. Yeah, I don't know if you know if that's how it was won, through a game of cricket.
That's interesting.
That's a lie. I just made that up.
Okay. Anyway,
It's
so
just big. It's
because
just big.
you don't
there.
have, instead of Gandhi, right now you have these radicals, the Germans who want to make the English look bad, working with Irish radicals and Indian radicals, and there's this big atmosphere going around. This atmosphere that war is about to break out, which it inevitably does. And the Irish and the Germans and the Indians, once this war breaks out, they're going to seize that. They're going to seize that as an opportunity. And Jack McConnell, the protagonist, takes up trying to
About 3 minutes.
expose
You got 3 minutes,
these
Phil.
guys. Okay, he takes up trying to expose these guys' motives. And along the way, he falls in love with a feminist reporter. And the problem is, even though she's not a terrorist herself, she's associated with people who might be. Her father.
Can I
is a
stop
terrorist.
you really quick and ask what's the tone of this book? Because it sounds really serious. Is it self-serious, or is there a comedy to it, or is it lighthearted?
No, it's very dark. It's
Okay.
a lot more action and suspense centric than the book I brought up last
What's
week.
it called again?
Jack of Spies.
Okay.
Jack Spies?
Jack of Spies.
Oh, Jack of Spies. Is it a serialized?
Is it a series of books?
Yeah.
It should, no, it should be the first in a series because
Is it Jack Spies, the Jack of Spies?
no, Jack McCall.
Jack McCall. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's just kind of where the title comes from. I wish I can grab the book right now and
don't.
read off the author, but I'm not going to do that.
Absolutely don't do that.
But if anyone who's interested,
Dogs would come in.
pick that up.
Well, cool. That's a good chunk of stuff, Phil.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I really appreciate it.
Yeah, that's. I don't know what that is. Your snake
don't
got
either.
significantly less good during
I'm
the.
working on my Revolver Ocelot impersonation.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That was that was
That was all right. That was all right.
Okay.
I mean, he's technically not Revolver Ocelot anymore. He's technically Liquid Snake. So,
Yeah.
if you want to get down to like,
If
real-
you want to get down to the nitty gritty,
brother,
Liquid Ocelot.
it's been yeah. I mean, it's
Phil, remember when you said that really loud to River the first time you saw him in college?
yeah, that was awesome.
I said, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's what you said, Phil.
Phil, you have 50 seconds if you have any other.
if you want to bring out a banger, now's your time.
All right, here's a banger.
Or if you just want to go, yay, yay.
Yeah.
Yay, yay!
If for like 50 seconds, I'll let you do that and then edit it out afterwards and put it right at the beginning.
Let's see here.
30
I have
seconds.
30.
everything I planned on talking about
Well, Phil, you've
is concluded.
you haven't. I feel like you haven't. You know.
The Phil 14 and a half.
Yeah. This is like a budget, Phil. You don't use what we give you. We're gonna give you less next time.
Okay, no, I came out. Okay, so
I'm joking.
I'm trying.
10 seconds.
Shit.
10 seconds. Fuck.
All
Hurry,
right.
Phil. 5.
Five.
All right,
Five.
damn.
Hurry, go.
3.
Phil, what are
2.
you
Okay,
doing?
great podcast is called 11 O'Clock Comics.
Time's up.
Okay, that's it. 11 o'clock comics. We are done. Well, and with that, I think, do we have anything else? Any pressing issues that we want to talk about?
Well, I was going to bring up.
Yeah, and that I think
you don't have to talk about that this week.
Yeah,
though.
I think let's save that. That's a bigger conversation. We're at an hour 46, fellas. So
What was the conversation we're gonna have next week?
it was on Phil.
It was
wanted
going to be kind of a comparison between retro gaming, older hardware, software, and the newer stuff.
Yeah, and
That's
this
a
is
big one.
that's a big conversation. Maybe we'll even make a video about that. We'll see. We'll do some talking about that. But so anything else, fellas, that we want to talk about before we sign off for the week?
I am all good.
All right, Phil, you good?
We want to talk about
I'm
pizza.
okay. I had a lot of fun.
I always want to talk about pizza.
That's good.
I should not eat pizza for the next probably 2 days.
Probably not.
But
2
after
days
that,
is a good number.
after that, I'm thinking it's
Fair
go time.
game.
Yeah, fair game.
Yeah.
Anyways, well, we'd love to hear some emails from the listeners. Email is pixelchickenpodcast@gmail.com. Again, send us your questions, send us your comments, anything like that, and we'll do our best to answer them. And
Follow
actually
us on Twitter.
follow.
At, what is it?
It's actually pixel_chicken. We're pretty active on there. We've got a Twitch channel that we're going to be streaming PS4, eventually PC games from. We're got a YouTube that we're putting in the works, and Facebook. Like us on Facebook.
Facebook.com/pixelchickenpodcast.
Yeah, and thanks for listening, everyone. I hope you have a good week. Thanks, guys.
See you next week.
See ya.
See ya.